Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. It has been a minute since I've done a tour. I think the last one was in May, and as you know, life gets busy. We just haven't had the time to film. I've been in the garden a lot, we just haven't filmed, so I apologize for that. But anyway, we're going to do a quick tour today while it's raining a little bit here. But if you live in Minnesota, as you know, June was just oddly cold and very rainy, so I think I had some stuff not do too good in June until the heat finally hit in July. But I have some good, some really good, some bad. I have it all this year, and that's gardening. Some things are gonna do good, some things are gonna do bad. That's just Mother Nature for you. But anyway, we'll get to the tour and you can see how everything's growing. And you'll notice it's a green mess in here. I've been doing stuff and haven't been picking up a lot of stuff, but these are the strawberries. Like I've said before, I'm ripping all these strawberries out. They're pretty much done. They didn't produce a lot. I think this is year 4. And I do have some weeding to do. But yeah, they did not produce a lot this year. Not as much as we would like, and I probably should start transplanting some of the runners again, but I gotta weed this area. But we got some celery going off in that corn. This is our first year growing celery, so I know it takes a while to grow, but it's looking good. And then we got the Brussels sprouts here and the cabbage on the other side. I am actually seeing some Brussels sprouts this year, so if you watch me in the past, I haven't had good luck with them, but I'm starting to see the sprouts actually a lot earlier this year than in years past on some of them. We harvested all the beans. They were peas, excuse me. These were all peas up here, shelling peas, so we harvested them. I don't know if there's a picture that will get uploaded or not, but we blanched them quick and froze them all. We didn't get a whole ton, but enough. And I'm thinking about doing another round of them, but the shelling peas are like 80 to 90 days, and I don't think I have 80 to 90 days before we're going to get frosts and freezes, but who knows? I think this is a garlic. It could be an onion, but I think it's a garlic. I did plant some garlic in here, and none of them came up. And as you can see, the cabbages are doing pretty good. Got a nice head going there. Another one there, and this Brussels sprout's looking really good. I don't know if they're supposed to look like that, but alright, the onions here, they're doing good now, but they had me worried for a minute. They did not start bulbing until just a couple weeks ago. So I was getting really nervous if they were going to bulb out at all. But finally, they're bulbing out, and with another month and a half or 2 of growth, they should be really big. Those are the yellow ones. These are the white onions that I directly seeded in this bed. I did not start them early, so we'll see how they do, but they're starting to bulb. And then the red ones, they're getting there as well. And then these are just some green onions or table onions, whatever you want to call them. And the cauliflower just didn't do well. Now it's really bitter because of the heat. So that was a fail, which I've never had success with cauliflower. I have to grow it in the fall, spring to summer. I need to do summer to fall. We got these squash vines growing everywhere that the wife wanted to grow, and we'll try out squash, but we're just letting them go through all the paths. But there's enough of them growing on there. We don't know if we like them, so I've been snipping off all the growth so they don't grow anymore, and they'll just focus on the flowers. And then some kale, another Brussels sprout, and then these are the strawberries I took from that strawberry bed last year in the fall, and now they're starting to send out runners and plants. So this shouldn't be long, and this should be full, so I don't need too much more. But the lettuce, that was all pretty much done, so we took all the heads of lettuce out. And more Brussels sprouts, and we got some golden zucchini here. I have to pick one on the other side for dinner tonight. More Brussels sprouts. Then we got the Black Beauty zucchini on each corner and the golden zucchini on each corner. This is the one I'm going to take for dinner tonight. And now we'll get into the bad. My cucumbers. This is all the further along they are. If you watched my other videos, I had ant problems. They wiped out all my cucumber plants. And the cold June we had, they just did not do anything. But hey, I have a cucumber, so I'm happy. I'll get plenty of them, but that's the really bad. And I have a couple more plants started, but this was all broccoli here, shading out the cucumber plants that I started from seeds, so they got a little leggy. But our broccoli did really well. I was happy with that. Another zucchini. Looks like they might be getting a little mildew on them. Maybe I'll spray them, maybe I won't. And then with the very wet and cold June, the peppers just took a while to take off, but now they have tripled in size since then. This is a sweet cherry bell pepper, I believe. I always wanted to try these, and they're finally starting to come. We got some lettuce down here, and then okra. Then these are the Jimmy Nardellos. So, I'll weed as I go. We got some jalapenos. But the pepper plants are finally looking good. And then these are just the Cal Wonder peppers. I'm not seeing much for flowers yet, but that's fine. These needed to get bigger. I might not get many this year, but we don't need many peppers. We still have a ton in the freezer. And then, I don't know what my problem is with blueberry bushes, but everybody says how easy they are to grow. I've added acidity to them. They're not dead, but maybe they just take a couple years to establish. Who knows? Maybe next year will be a lot better. And we got our herbs here that we have cut down a whole bunch of times. And then we're over to the potatoes. The potatoes have just been damaged by wind, rain. That's why they're all looking like that. We still got nice green tops. They're not dying off yet, so I have taken some potatoes from there though to eat. We might have a picture to put in of them too. But these are the red ones, which are a earlier maturing potato anyway, so they're probably not far away. And then we got all the white potatoes here. It's just a jungle. Then all of our green beans, so it's not going to be long before we're canning a whole bunch of beans. And yeah, there's going to be a lot to pick, but we're running low on canned beans. So, and then we got some cantaloupe in here, which is finally starting to do good. It took a while. I got some weeding to do, but it took a long time to get going. And I also had ant problems with it. It looks like we have a couple volunteer dill plants. And then I did plant watermelon down there, but it's not going to do anything. We don't have enough time for it to grow. I mean, it's growing now, but the watermelon likes the heat. And there's our squash that we are trying. I don't even know what variety it is. I'll have to look at the tag. And now we're on to tomatoes. Tomatoes. To the tomatoes. And carrots. We got carrots in the middle. Then we got all of my indeterminate tomatoes that I try to single stem. Some of them I double stem. And I'm learning which ones get the blight early. And I'm going to make a note so I don't grow them again. I grow all heirloom tomatoes, so most of them are susceptible to the blight. Unlike, you can get an heirloom that is made so it don't get the diseases as early. But I like heirloom seeds. That's 95% 5% of my garden are all heirlooms, so if I want to save the seeds, I can. Which a lot of stuff I do save the seeds. But that's why I get blight early, and I have tried to spray on them. But as soon as I spray, it rains the next day. So then I have to spray again. But I'm getting a lot of tomatoes on there. Now it's just let them grow and let them ripen. And we still have a lot of time left, so I will just try to remember to write down which variety I liked this year, which did good, and make a note of it. Then these are all the determinate tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. So these are just all the Opalka ones, which I don't prune very much, except for yesterday I finally got out here and cleared the whole bottom. And that's why there's a mess on the ground of everything I was cutting off. But we got some that are getting nice size. And still a long ways to go. And then a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes in here. And then we have a semi-determinate here. And these are the Manitoba. So they're a semi-determinate one. And they do pretty well. And that's why I have them here. I don't really trim them off either. And then my lonely little pickling cucumbers, which, like my other cucumbers, sliced in cucumbers, didn't do well. And now they're finally starting to do well. And my intention was to have a cattle panel come across here. And I have not got around to that yet. So I will get it though, so I can have them climb up. But unfortunately, I'm probably going to be buying some little pickling cucumbers from the farmer's market this year, because I am not going to have enough. And I think that's pretty much it, other than the mess over here, which was the asparagus. And now that's done, so we're just letting it all fern out. I got to clear up more of a mess. And I don't know what else there is other than all the pots around the garden, which were herbs and stuff, so which have done surprisingly well, but that's because we've got a lot of rain. So I think that's going to do it for the July garden tour. Hopefully it won't be 2 more months when I get to another one. Hopefully not. I'll try to make a video of something soon here. Probably another tour in a couple weeks. Maybe after we get back from vacation. That'll be like 3 weeks from now. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.